Welcome to the Q1 Buck Poll. I'm Tim Hart with Mike Big Buck Hoffner. Well, on today's show, it's all about education. We're going to talk about archery in the schools with the DNR's Mary Emmons to kick off our show today.
Yep, and we got a great segment there because we shot some footage last year of one of our local schools in Brunson taking advantage of that program.
Also on the program today, some interesting facts about car deer accidents. We're going to talk to Amanda Earl. She did a study here at the Branch Area Career Center. And you know, Mike, I asked you low, medium, or high density. Now, we're not going to give it away right now, but you were wrong, as I was wrong, too, of how many car deer accidents happen in what kind of land out there.
Yeah, you know what, and the thing that's so cool about it is Amanda's received some national recognition for her work, and I think she's going to get a lot to share with us.
And one of the great processors and smokehouses across the state is Country Smokehouse up in Imlay City. We had a chance to talk to Steve Francis about their operation and what they're doing, and we also have some deer interviews, including the deer that has velvet, although we didn't get the girl to talk about it because she was shopping. We do have dad and brothers on talking about her big buck.
Yeah, so this segment though, Tim, we've got some big bucks, so stay tuned.
You're watching the Q1 Buck Poll. We'll be right back after this.
Q1 Buck Poll, Michigan's biggest and best buck poll contest. Brought to you by these sponsors who support Michigan's great outdoors.
Schools are changing and they're teaching all different types of subjects, not just math and English anymore, but archery in the schools. But before we talk to Mary Emmons from the DNR, we've got some big bucks here on the Q1 Buck Poll.
Yes, Tim, we do. Let's start right out with Fred Kennedy bringing in a 12-pointer. His score was 54, comes from Colon, Michigan. We had Robert Evenhouse with a 14-point buck. His score was 54 3/4, comes from Constantine. Then we had Paul Jones with a 13-pointer, the score 55, coming from Mellendale.
You know, Mike, last year we had a chance to talk to Sue Queter at Brunson Schools about archery in the schools. And, you know, it's a program that I think all kids enjoy.
Yeah, you know, she's an enthusiast. She's a great outdoors person, too. And she also bow hunts on her own. And she went through and looked into this program. And by golly, Brunson High School's taken advantage of it.
What's it all about? Here's the DNR's Mary Emmons. I'm now talking to Mary Emmons. She is the Archery Education Coordinator with the DNR. We're here talking about the National Archery in the Schools program, and this is something that a lot of high schools and middle schools are all getting involved in. Explain the program, Jimmy.
The National Archery in the Schools program promotes international-style target archery during the school day to improve educational performance and participation in the shooting sports for students in grades 4 through 12.
And one of the great things about this program is, you know, when a kid picks up a bow, you've got somebody for life because it's a lot of fun. And you don't have to be a big athlete to do this either, do you?
Absolutely. Anybody can participate in target archery regardless of their age, size, or physical ability. And in fact, non-traditional athletes typically do very well in the shooting sports.
And I think once the kids hit the target, bright smile.
Instant smiles.
Now, is this part of the overall curriculum, or in what part of the school day does this take place?
Well, typically NASP is used in physical education classes. However, science teachers have had great success implementing the program as well.
You know, and we've talked about it too. When you talk about math and science, you're talking about the degree of drop, you're talking about angles, you're talking about a lot of things that really can integrate into these other classrooms.
Absolutely. The curriculum that we use in the program is tied to the National Physical Education Standards, so all of those concepts are covered, whether it be math, history, you know, the physical education component, healthy lifestyle, you name it, it's in there.
And this is not just for hunting either, is it?
Absolutely. This program focuses on target archery. However, lots of kids who participate in this program want to know how they can take it to that next level. So whether they want to compete in leagues or just go out and do it for fun, or some actually go out and they like to bow hunt. So it leads to lots of different things and other shooting sports.
Okay. And this is very safe. We were in Brunson at the school, and of course they had everything all set up. They had their lines. Everything was a safe area. The targets, nobody could be shooting at a certain time, and really is a safe program too.
Absolutely, absolutely. This program has been implemented since 2006 in Michigan. We've had 500 schools participate in the program in nearly 74 counties with 0 accidents.
Anything else that we need to talk about when it comes to the program?
Just that the DNR offers 50% matching equipment grants for schools to help them acquire the equipment. So I wouldn't let cost be a deterrent for any school to join the program.
All right, sounds great. Thanks for being
All
with
right,
us.
thanks.
All right, Mary Emmons with us here. She is the Archery Education Coordinator with the DNR, talking about NASP, the National Archery in the Schools program. I'm Tim Hart, and you're watching the Q1 Buck Pull. Your spotlight here on the Q1 Buck Pull. Tim Hart at Taxidermy by Door Lane. We've got Kevin Van Anna with us. Kevin, welcome to the show, buddy.
Thanks, man.
All right, we've got some big animals here behind us. What are we doing here?
We are doing a moose, a stone sheep, and a mountain goat, all in a habitat scene, if you will, all together in one diorama. What you see here is this is kind of the layout of how we would do something like this. This stone sheep, when he's all finished, is going to be a couple feet higher than he is up on the side of a mountain. The mountain goat will be probably about a foot below the ceiling. And so this will be viewed in a 360-degree fashion, so everybody's looking in a different direction, and it's really going to capture the guy's hunt, him and his daughter's hunt. So.
Now, something like this, do people come in and say, hey, here's my idea, here's what I want, or do they come in to somebody like yourself and say, okay, here's the animals I have, I want it kind of in a setting, what do you think?
Yeah, we have both of that. Most of the time they will say, well, I've got this much room, give me some ideas.
Okay.
And so we will then formulate, we'll draw sketches. Sometimes we use little clay models just to give them an idea what that would look like. And we take it from there. And we talk about, the finances of it and so forth. And really it's up to the customer, but we get to put all the frosting on the cake, so.
All right, Kevin Van Anna at Taxidermy by Door Lane. We're now going to take a look at the finished product. Back here on the Q1 Buck Pull. Well, before we talk about car deer accidents, we've got more big bucks here on the Q1 Buck Pull.
Yes, we do. Let's start out with Ted Irwin with a 14-pointer. His score was 52.12, comes from Leslie. Andrew Byers with a 10-pointer. His score 52.62, coming from Allegan, Michigan. Then we had Calvin Woolston with an 11-pointer. His score 53, coming from Oakley.
We have an interesting study for you to take a look at now. We've got Amanda Earl, who was from the Branch Area Career Center. She did a study on car deer accidents, and Big Buck Hoffner, the question is, low, medium, or high density vegetation along the side of the roads, where do most accidents happen?
We were wrong.
Yes, we were. I would have never have guessed. Here's the study with Amanda Earl. Well, right now I've got Amanda Earl with us, and she is going to talk to me about a study that she did about car-deer collisions. And I know that we have a lot of those here in Branch County, but all over the state. And what we're going to talk about is the vegetation. And one of the things I think that was most amazing, the results. So let's start first of all, Amanda, welcome to the Buck Pull. Tell me about the study here.
I actually started this project because, as we all know, car deer accidents are huge, not only in the state of Michigan or in Branch County, but in the entire United States. There are over 1 million of them annually in the United States, which cause 200 fatalities on average of every year. So I thought it was a very important topic. I actually had a friend killed in a deer vehicle collision a couple years ago when I started my project. And believe it or not, my dad has hit 13 deer.
Well, we had 4 in 14 months.
Yeah. So really a big topic. On average, they cost almost $3,000 in vehicle damage. So just a really big topic. I wanted to see if there's anything we could do to try to help educate people and prevent car deer accidents.
All right, and we've got some results that, again, kind of, I was like, oh my goodness. So, all right, so let's talk about, first of all, how it was all done and how you did the study.
First off, I wanted to see what type of roadside vegetation the accidents were most common in. And to do that, I had to decide different classifications. I decided to go with medium, high, and low. and we'll talk a little bit about what those were.
Okay.
And then once we did that, then I was able to categorize them using data plotting. So the different types of vegetation that we have, low is going to be anything that's on both sides of the row 6 foot and under. And then we went to medium, is going to be anything that's on both sides of the road 6 feet to 15 feet. And then high, which is going to be 15 feet and up.
Okay,
And
so
very
that's where we
thick.
got our trees and everything like that, kind
very
of
thick.
covering both sides of the roads.
Right. Once I categorized that, I went to 50 different sites, which I actually have a picture of me here doing. They call them a ground truth assessment, and I was able to compare those to an aerial map and determine what they look like on the map. So when I actually did the plotting, I knew what I was looking at. And I used all up-to-date maps, which I was able to do at the 911 dispatch using their information technology department.
You got to have a lot of resources. That's the key.
That's
All right.
definitely the key. I actually got to work with the county police department. They were able to, in all their cop cars, they're able to pinpoint the site by using GPS. They have them already there. So once they're reported, they're already plotted in a software system. And then I was able to look them up and then plot them onto a map with different types of stars, which we have over here. So this is the map that I developed using all the different classifications. We have them listed down here, high, medium, and low. And these were all the accidents that happened during my study.
Okay, and so then each star represents whether it's high density or low density or whatever the vegetation is on the roadside.
Yep, and I also have where there were multiple car accidents. I labeled them with different stars as well. And you can see from this, actually 84% of the accidents here in Branch County happen in low vegetation density, which is 6 feet and lower.
All right, so you plotted out all the different accidents. As we can see, certain roads really lend themselves to car-deer accidents. And as we take a look here, so when you talk about the low vegetation versus the medium and the high, as you stated, more car-deer accidents with low vegetation?
More car-deer accidents happen in low vegetation, which is not common belief. There are many different factors for this. One of them being instinctive bolting, which is a term that the DNR and I actually developed during my project. And it's just where the deer just instinctively go. They want to be protected, so they want to be surrounded by heavy vegetation density because they feel secure there. Which a lot of people didn't realize that.
Well, again, I look at that low vegetation. I think, well, I can see those deer coming from a while, a long way away. No big deal. I can avoid them. And I always think that I go down our road and we've got high vegetation. I'm always like, they're just going to jump out and smack my car.
In high vegetation, there are quite a few factors that actually prevent deer vehicle collisions, and one of them is that you are more aware. You are, and the common driver is more aware that, hey, there might be deer here, so I'm going to drive slower and drive safer. So you're like expecting it. But then also, as this picture shows right here, this is the deer's view in a high vegetation. When they walk out of those woods, instantly it's brighter. So they're like, what just happened? Why did my surroundings change? So they're going to take a step back and actually think about what's going on. They're not just going to instinctively go. And then they also feel safer in the woods compared to being out in the open with nothing to protect them.
And that's why they want to just get going and find some area of safety with the high vegetation.
Yeah.
All right, well, a very interesting study, and we appreciate you taking the time to talk with us because, again, I would have went with the high vegetation. That's the problem because I told my kids, don't drive down that road.
Right.
You can't see the deer, you can see the deer, but obviously that's not the case then.
Yes.
All right. Amanda Earle with a study about car-deer collisions here on the Q1 Buckpole. We've got more coming up. Stay with us.
My name is Jeff Fessenden. I'm from Jackson, Michigan. I'm up here hunting with my son and son-in-law. And 7:50 this morning, he walked in on me and went into some thick stuff. Then he turned away from me and was going away. And that's why I kind of shot him in the melon because he was going away from me. I just saw his shoulders and above. Took the shot, down he went, and here he is.
I'm Shane Trulio and I'm from Attica.
Okay. So tell me about your hunt. How did your hunt go today?
I got out there at 6 and it wasn't really going too good until like 7 or something. And he he popped out chasing a doe, and he came out in the open, and I shot him right. I double lunged him.
Steve Smith from Columbiaville, Michigan.
All right, well, tell me about your hunt. You said that you saw a bigger one last night, maybe?
Yes, last night on the way home I saw a big, beautiful 10-point cross the road out where I live, Columbiaville, right on Columbiaville and 24. I hunt right around the corner on Wilder and 21 here, right on the corner. And first time hunting here this year. And glad I got in there and was able to take one out of there.
Well, where can you get some of the best jerky, some of the best sausage around in the state of Michigan? Imlay City with Country Smokehouse. We've got an interview with Steve Francis. We caught up with him at the Woods and Water News weekend, but before we do that, we've got more big bucks here on the Q1 Buck Poll.
Tim, we have some dandies brought in. Let's start out with Richard Locke from Quincy, Michigan, bringing in a 13-pointer. His score was 53 1/4. Then we had Ricky Richardson from Teconcha with a 13-pointer. His score, 56. And now listen to this one, Tim. Our largest buck to date brought in is a young lady, 14 years old, Tori Pawlowski from Howell, Michigan, during the youth hunt, bringing in a 22-point buck with the score of 59 3/4.
Interesting stories about Tori. I had a chance to talk to her dad and brothers at Richardson's Meats up in Linden. Here's the interview about that big buck.
My daughter, Tori Pawlowski, shot this deer in the youth hunt with a shotgun. We had been seeing a good buck in the yard and didn't realize it was that good, didn't realize it was in velvet. And she killed it, and we found it, and it ended up being a 22-point.
What kind of hunt? I mean, did the deer just walk in?
No, actually it was coming behind us. It would have never came into us. It was working its way behind us. It's the third buck we've seen, and she made a good shot, 61-yard shot. She is shooting a Rossi 12 gauge.
Has she been out before?
Yeah, this is her second buck. She killed a buck 2 years ago, a 5-point with her mother. And last year she actually passed up 4 different bucks with bows and guns. So she deserves this, I guess.
Have you ever seen this deer before?
Yeah, actually I've got pictures of it in the yard, not knowing it was that good. Thinking all the stuff hanging down here was velvet coming off of it. Turned out to be drop tines.
Anything else about the hunt that was?
Just that she'll remember it. She's a good kid. She's deserving of it. Hopefully we'll find another one like it.
And where's she at today?
She's shopping. Typical 14-year-old girl.
Well, Tori went shopping, and I will tell you this, her younger brother said, I'm glad she went shopping. I got to hold the buck.
I'll tell you what, it was a cool deer, all velvet. That's awesome.
Exactly right. Well, now that you've got your deer, where are you going to get it processed at? One of the locations around the state is the Country Smokehouse in Imlay City. We caught up with Steve Francis at the Woods and Water Outdoor Weekend. Woods and Water Weekend brings out everybody. There's a big crowd out here. Also, Country Smokehouse, one of the main attractions here during the weekend. Steve Francis is with us. Hey, Steve, what do y'all got going on back here? I know you're selling a lot of jerky and sausage, but you do all kinds of things this weekend.
Yeah, we do a seminar here on Saturdays and Sunday. We do deer gutting, processing, do cooking. I did some chili stews, telling the people how to store their animal when they gut it. And the do's, the don'ts, just try to make it, even if we don't process it, I want to make sure they're doing it right at home for their family's safety. We're doing that about 14 years now, and we had 330 people at the last show. It was just packed. Did real well.
All right, so that's what you're doing this weekend, but at the Country Smokehouse, I know you guys do some fabulous things up there. Is this just an extension? All the products here, the same products you had there?
Yeah, we bring up all of our wild game stuff up here. None of the domestic stuff up here, buffalo, elk, venison, snack sticks, jerky, salamis, things like that. Just try to get the people enticed to come to our store more than anything. Yeah, we'd like to make the money here, but I'm more trying to win customers over and educate them here.
You know, a lot of people find the Country Smokehouse as kind of a destination.
Yep.
You know, they kind of stock up, don't they?
Yeah, the weekends we have a barbecue out there, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, an old style pulled pork barbecue. The big thing people are coming for is their meat back, quality, vac pack bags. After 25 years, I think we've built quite a good clientele with it, reputation.
Hey, thanks for taking time out and talking to us a little bit. Good luck with all the seminars going on. Steve Francis from the Country Smokehouse here during Woods and Water Weekend. That was a great weekend in September. They have it every year. Congratulations to Randy and Tom from Woods and Water Weekend because they always put on a great event. Well, you know, Big Buck, we have more deer that have been entered into the contest. People could go online at q1buckpool.com and see all the big bucks because they're coming in from all over the state right now.
And guess what, Tim? We're not done with the season yet.
No, you've got all the way until December 31st to register your deer. We are starting to post things on our website so far as the events and when the parties are going to be. Make sure you get your hotel reservations for March 3rd up at the Soaring Eagle. We're going to be there. And we're going to be having a lot of fun. We got great prizes. We're giving away that Yamaha Grizzly 350 ATV from Custom Connection Motorsports in Battle Creek. We thank them. They've been a great sponsor for us for a lot of years here. And, you know, Mike, we're looking forward to meeting everybody and seeing everybody. And you will be getting some information in the mail from us, so make sure you check that out coming up.
It's a great time. It's a packed house, so make your reservations early.
For Big Buck Hoffner, I'm Tim Hart. Remember, whenever you're out in the woods, be safe.
For the latest on Michigan hunting, pick up the current edition of Woods and Water News, Michigan's premier outdoor publication, available on newsstands or by subscription. Woods and Water News, proud sponsor of the Q1 Buck Poll.
I'm telling you, we look handsome. Our brand new shirts, beautiful shirts.
Yeah, good looking shirts. And you know what?
I picked
when
them
I
out.
first looked at them, I told you that, didn't I? I looked at them and I went,
Their skyline,
I don't know.
the hottest camel pattern out now.
You know, and then when we got this on, I put it on, I was like, yeah, I think they look pretty. You need to put a hat on.
No.
Oh, why? Why does he put a hat on? He has hair. When you have hair that kind of sticks up, you don't put a hat on.
Let me see what's under there. Oh my God, keep it on.
Basically, you made a good decision.
No!
You were an idiot more than I was an idiot.
Oh, it was funny.
Well, I didn't see it. I didn't.
Oh, your facial expressions are awesome.
Really?
You fit the part. You could be one of the characters off the cartoons.
Well, I appreciate that.
Sylvester, or whatever, or what his name is.
A cartoon from Big Buck Hoffner.
Yeah, Yosemite Sam.
So, if you are out there and you have a busted leg and you'd like to be euthanized, Mike Big Buck Hoffner will take care of it.
Look at this. I'm we got just a few minutes. I'm serious. Look at this deer.
Where did he go? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Say stay tuned. Watching the Q1 Buck Poll. Be right back. Seamless conversation.
It's only taken us 5.5 years to get this down.
Oh my goodness.